Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to a review that I've been waiting to do for literally years. So, to anyone who does not know, I have a 317 engine in blue, but I've used some of the parts on my Midnight Panther quad. I've taken some of the blue parts on the Advent Calendar engine, and finally I have another one, as well as the rest of the set. Oh my god, this is absolutely spectacular. So I won this at a Lego auction back in December, that was quite a fun experience, I'll say that. And as soon as I saw this, I was like, there's no way I'm not leaving without this. And for anyone wondering, this is what the 317 main engine is supposed to look like. Now, you can turn this into a large tank engine, and there is a small version of a tank engine and a small version of the tender engine. If I can find any extra parts needed, I will remake this into the other models for you and do reviews of those, which is quite interesting because, you know, it's good to see what they would look like. And of course, they'd have to be in black, seeing as I have the black engine here. Speaking of which, let's detach that and get started with the reviews. Let's just take a moment to appreciate how far LEGO trains have come. Ah, man, this is tiny. Back then, this was absolutely massive. This was one of the biggest engines of its time. This was a 2007 release, and a year before that came the Holiday Train, which is a beautiful set in its own. Tender engine as well, but it was a bit small. But as years went by, things got bigger, of course, with the Emerald Knight coming by 2 years later. But this was one of the more famous sets, definitely, with some of the parts, as you can see here, these slopes with some stickering going on there. Got the long little bar piece, which is along the side of the boiler, which is really cool. And of course, the 317 plates really stuck out. So at the front of the engine, we have 3 lights, which is, you know, something that I definitely would encourage. There was a model of the Emerald Champion I had where it had about 10 lights or something stupid like that. You can never have too many lights. A plain face, because of course, why not? I think, what engine did it have? I think it might have been one of the older Hogwarts Expresses that had, it said Hogwarts Express on the face, but I think it had something else on there. It's like an old detail or something. Going off topic. As we go down the boiler, we've got a simple funnel design. We've got some nice little dome things going on here. The whistle is a bit far forward for my liking. I think that's actually supposed to be about there. Then again, I did have the whistle... Oh, no, it's not spoilers, it's okay. I have my whistle there on my orange bullet. I was going to say, if I already showed, you know, all of this, and it isn't going out on the right time, I'm going to be in trouble. That's what I get for recording in advance. I gotta make sure I get everything right. Where were we? Ah, yes, we got some of the nice detailing across the boiler. Very cool indeed. Again, more parts like this just on the side, just to help bring out that busyness, which is really cool. The wheels are quite excellent, if you ask me. This is a really good example of using up a lot of space and keeping them quite evenly apart. So it's like a 2-stud wheel, 2-stud wheel. That's a 2-stud gap there. So that pattern is perfect all the way across there, which I think is brilliant. Using many wheels as well, as also kind of kept well together, which is something that not a lot of engines have been able to do, especially with these wheels, because obviously this is using a coach base, and having the wheels quite far apart leaves that massive gap in the middle, which looks very tacky, if you ask me. But that as it... Oh, for fuck's sake. Buffers bloody came off. Hang on, I gotta put this on that. There we go, fixed. Let's have a look at the cab before we continue, actually. Very spacious, very nice indeed. Oh, I thought there was... might just be me, but I think there is supposed to be like a 1x4 plate. It's either printed or there's a sticker, and that's just to represent some controls. Might have been, but then again, this is second hand, so I don't blame them if they didn't have it. Oh well. Let's go on to the tender now. 317. I think the tender is actually the same for both engines, like the big and the small version of it. Might be. I think so, at least. What else do we have? It's not actually that busy. I mean, it's got plenty of space inside, of course. I like the little detailing that goes on around here, which is really cool. Ladders on the side to be able to get on top and do a bit of cleaning or some organising. Lights on the back, of course, because, you know, if it's just the engine that's moving and it's going backwards, then, well, any direction, in fact, the lights need to be on. Especially at night time, good lord. Obviously. Right, I've got to shuffle over now. That's the main engine done. Let's take a look at the first bit of rolling stock. The log wagon flatbed thing. I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, just like a flatbed. And before anyone asks, there is one of these supposed to go there. It did come with all of them, but it pinged off, and I haven't been able to find one. Not just the one that pinged off, but another one to replace it, annoyingly. So, sadly, you'll have to deal with that. But this is a good looking flatbed, if you ask me. It's got chains on there. It's got 3 long log pieces, which is very cool indeed. It has some protection parts, obviously on the side, some big walls to stop the logs from suddenly going forward. You know, these chains aren't exactly well kept down. It's a bit baggy there. The guy who made that needs to be sacked. We've got some ladders on the side, of course, to be able to unchain the logs to help get them off. At the same time, I think this is the sort of design where a crane would come in, probably grab them when it's all wrapped around and just lift them up that way. Not too bad, but not too complicated though, which is what I like. It doesn't have to be overly complicated to be something beautiful. He says as he has 2 massive fucking engines in the background that are overly complicated and overly sized for no reason whatsoever. Next bit of rolling stock, the tanker. This is a massive tanker. Evidence shown by the large round pieces used for the tanker bit itself. We've got some nice controls on the side, which is pretty good. I like that they put the... I think that this is both sides? Yeah, both sides. It's mirrored. Okay, that's good. As you can see here, some of the white bits are a bit weathered. Obviously, they look a bit tan rather than yellow. But at the same time, second hand, not too fast. Some of the more basic wheel designs. I think this sort of wheelbase was implemented for all of the bits of rolling stock. We've got the hopper and the coach as well that kind of uses that as well. That's fine. I mean, just build the same thing over and over to save you a bit of time. Just get a bunch of people build the same bit on the instructions and just blonk them on the what's the word? The bases. That's it. The actual tank of it. Oh, it's just so chunky. I love it. It's absolutely brilliant. I think it would be better if there were Octan stickers going across this. I don't think this actually originally came with stickers when it first came out. Well, as in like for the tanker. But that would look so good, seeing it's got green and red stripes, and obviously with the white as well. Those are the colours for the Octan logos that LEGO has. Pretty good. I do like that. I'm glad that I've got more freight rolling stock as well. I've got to look into making some more of that. Right, got to shuffle over again. Oh, there we go. Now, the hopper. This is one of the better hoppers LEGO has. Oh, it's actually got stuff inside. Oh, no way! I didn't know that. Right, we've got to try and figure this out now. See if I do it this way. Ah, man. That's cool. I love that the hopper is actually built in so you can actually empty the contents. With someone who focuses on passenger trains, I don't really think that far. Because, you know, I make coaches, not rolling stock. Oh, that's cool. Learning something new every day. I did prepare for this review, I promise. I just didn't know it was full. Despite the fact that it's open at the top. Oops, sorry, camera, wrong place. Despite being open at the top and I'm not actually looking inside. Okay, so this is one of the larger hoppers LEGO have made. In past LEGO City train sets, the hoppers have been about the same size as the Caboose. I'll just quickly grab that to get an understanding of the size. So obviously put that next to it. So I'll come out to about there, about the same size, maybe a little bit smaller. Especially with the, I think it's the red cargo heavy hauler city train set. That has that hopper, I think it's that set. But yeah, that's one of the more recent renditions of the hopper car. And looking back at this, something that's bigger, looks chunkier, looks heavier. It just looks absolutely stunning. I don't know why that there is ladder in the middle there. I mean, what's he actually getting to? Question mark. Not exactly the wisest idea. God, it's a bit dusty, these bits as well. Inside, it's actually quite thin, so it was a bit difficult to actually see too well. But I do like the idea that it's all sloped down, so if I were just to put these in, it would fall out the side. Goodness sakes. Get some on this side. There we go. There we go, didn't drop any this time. Excellent. Of course, with the working doors, I do like that, as I love it when something like a city set implements some Technic. Because the way you look at Technics and it's all complicated, more machine focused, and you look at the city sets and it's more clean and more, you know, of a kid's focus. It's really, really good, because I think they're starting to, or at least they used to, understand that these products were bought for younger people, but as well being used by older people, which is why you see them at LEGO shows. Man, what a good wagon. I like that. Just shuffle that over there now. Right, we got two left. A passenger car is... I was going to say glorious, but at the same time I just realised how old this looks. This looks to be inspired from like the Western era of Steam. You know, when you had very simple coaches, very simple trains as well, where it's just 4 drive wheels, massive cow catchers, burning wood. I feel like that's from that era. Had a couple of those in a couple of different colours maybe. But you know, I don't think it's the worst coach ever. I mean, I've definitely made worse myself. But this is actually really not... I don't like this bit here. Why is there not a window there? I don't understand that. That's one thing that needs to be changed. I don't know if you can take the roof off without breaking it somehow. Oh, no, that works. That's fine. Oh, but I have broken it, yeah. Let's see, so we'll just fix that one a sec. There we go. And so, ooh, we do actually have seats. Again, I promise I did prepare for the review. I think that is to be expected that the seats are on the in the middle rather, not to a side. Because nowadays, when you look at something like the M Night coach, the seats are to a side, and they even have tables of all things. But then again, that took a year to develop. But this sort of thing, it's nice. It's, again, the simplicity of it is what makes it nice. It doesn't have to be stupidly complicated to be something good. I mean, some of the city sets nowadays, you think, oh, that's a good idea, and you know, some of the builds for them are pretty simple. And again, for something like this, just a coach, get a couple of beams on there, you know, you got your windows, just make sure it looks good on the inside, and bam, good stuff. I've definitely made better though. Again, massive express. Final thing, the caboose. Now, for the millionth time, I am British, not American, so the use of a caboose is a bit... Let me start that again. The use of a caboose is a bit alien to me. So, I don't know if this is just a freight thing, or, you know, if you actually put this on the back of coaches. I mean, when you look at that, it looks alright on the back of a coach, because, you know, the roof matches the pattern, it's the same height and that sort of thing. But it looks so much better with freight, you know, to act as a brake van. So, again, if you're an American viewer and you can expand on that, then please say so, because that would be a massive help. I would try and go inside, but I don't know how well this is going to go. Can I push the door that way? No, it doesn't want to. Oh, shit. Ah, what am I doing? Let's just take the roof off and break it even more. Haha. What have we got inside? Oh, you actually have a table, it looks like. We got a table in there. The one time I want the torch on for the light. Can't actually see too much in there, but that's not the worst thing ever. I was going to say, is there no door on the other side? Can I at least commit to that? God, the American caboose idea was fucking stupid. You should have done what we did and make your brake coaches and brake vans, because... Well, if this was backwards, you'd be screwed then. Can't actually help your team. I digress. Oh. But to the actual model itself, it is a good looking model. I like it. But I feel like I would personally stretch this ass a little bit more and turn it into a red coach. And with a certain set I acquired that will be coming out in a few days, it will probably happen. Probably, that's the thing. Right, I will end it here. I think I'll apologise in advance. I know I said I prepared for this review a few times over, and it might have seemed like I didn't know what I was doing, but I'm trying to get an understanding of some of these things as I went along. Then again, still could have been a lot worse. But there we go, that's the 317 complete collection. I'll be remaking the engine down there into the other 3 models. Thank you for watching, be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you all in the next episode. Bye bye.